And as the court is aware, she says Zachary spit on his genitals and rubbed them against hers. How does a 4-year-old even know about something like that?
A 4-year-old, a trusted uncle, and allegations so disturbing they split an entire family apart. But here's the real question: how does a child that young describe something like this? And when the truth is contested, who does the court believe?
CR 8670, State of Texas versus Zachary Warren. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Michelle Hayden for the state.
For the defense?
Walter Mallon for defendant, Your Honor.
All right, are you Zachary Warren?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea in this case. I think someone else did the plea. So you entered a plea on April 19th to the offense of indecency with a child by contact. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishments be assessed at a cap of 12 years. The state is opposed to your applications. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report? State?
We have, Your Honor.
Defense?
We have, Your Honor.
Any objections? State?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No.
State, do you have any witnesses?
We have one brief witness. Marina is getting her.
All right. All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you could lower your hand, state your name and spell it for the record, please.
Charissa Borlace, CHARISSA.
Excuse me, no children in the courtroom. Are those your witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, who's bringing babies to the courtroom? There's something called COVID, and this courthouse is germy. No matter how we try to clean it, toddlers and infants most likely should not be brought to the courthouse. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Wait, can she?
Okay, spell it first name again. Charissa, CHARISSA. Borlace, BORLACE.
All right, state.
Good morning, Charissa.
Good morning.
You understand that we're here for sentencing today.
Yes.
Can you tell the court who Allison Borlace is to you?
She is my stepdaughter.
And who was Zachary Warren to you?
He's my brother-in-law.
And prior to the incident in June 2017 and the outcry in January 2018, were Allison and Zachary close?
Yes.
Can you describe the relationship?
They got along great. I mean, she loved her uncle so much.
And did you trust Zachary?
Yes.
And how did you find out Zachary had molested Allison?
She came to me and just started talking about it. She was scared to talk about it. It was the first of the year of 2018. Sorry, I'm a little troubled. And she just told me everything that happened.
And how was Allison when she told you this?
She was scared. She was worried that she would be in trouble. She didn't really understand that she didn't do anything wrong.
And how old was she at the time?
Whenever it happened, she was 4.
And how was it for you and your family, your husband, finding out something like this had happened?
It was a very scary situation. I mean, it's all family together, and that's your daughter that's in you telling you what had happened. It breaks your heart.
How has this affected your family?
Definitely made it difficult. I mean, think about family gatherings and everything. It's kind of split. It's hard for everyone to get together, and it's good. It's hard. It's hard for our daughter. It's very hard for her because it feels like she's not fully supported in every way by all family because she's young. She doesn't understand how to see that it's both sides of the family.
How has this affected her?
Very badly. She has gone through many therapy sessions. She talks to me, probably brings up something about the incident at least once a week. in some form or fashion.
How has this affected you and your husband?
It's just mostly knowing how to support our daughter. And with it being such close family together, and because of it being his family, we have to figure out how to support our daughter and
Is this something that continues to affect your family?
Okay.
In what ways?
I mean, mostly with Allison. She still doesn't know how to handle everything, especially with all of the reschedules with court and everything. She's been having to be ready for any change made within this case. She's been waiting for some sort of answer, and like I said, she constantly brings up the case, or wondering what's going on or when's it going to be over.
Do you feel safe with the idea of Zachary being around children, other children?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want Zachary held accountable? I'll pass the witness.
No questions.
All right, thank you for coming in. All right, Steve, do you have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Judge, I'd like to call Christine Miller, please.
Would you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand if you can state your name for the record, please.
Christine Miller, CHRISTINE, MILLE.
Defense?
Ms. Miller, can you tell the judge what kind of work you do?
I'm a licensed professional counselor with the state of Texas, in Bernie, Texas.
Okay, and tell the judge what kind of counseling services you ordinarily perform, or what you're licensed to perform.
So I use a couple of techniques for people to help them. Counseling is a way of confiding in someone, and the techniques that I use are cognitive behavioral therapy, which is change your mind, changes your body, and vice versa. I also use something called EMDR, which changes the mental pathways in your brain. And that helps people who have gone through a really hard time in the past or with post-traumatic stress. And that helps them not experience those triggers, post-traumatic stress symptoms. And if it's highly effective, it's the #1 most researched method in counseling. So I've had a lot of success with that. I have been using it since 2012, where I've been trained.
So
technique.
let me try to break this down into just a couple questions. So how long have you been licensed as a counselor, you said?
Since 2012, fully licensed, without being an intern since 2016.
In that time, have you worked with other people who have come to you for counseling regarding sex offenses or family violence offenses?
Family violence, yes, not specifically sex offenses.
Okay, so can you tell the court how you met Zach, and then about the type of treatment and services you provided to Zach?
He was referred to me by a previous client, and I have seen him 4 times recently. And it is my opinion that he has been honest with me, forthcoming, explained the situation. I was able to use the techniques that I have described to you on at least 2 of the 4 occasions. And I felt his sincerity and honesty with me and openness.
So when you talk about the treatment you provided,
Mhm.
does that explore his past history? Does that talk about things that trigger him? Does the work you do, is that supposed to work on him being able to be a better person moving forward?
Yes, so it takes those memories, those childhood memories, and we change the mental result. It's, for example, you change the ending to a story. You might read a story, you change the ending. You can do that in your brain. It's fascinating. And they're exploring all kinds of neural pathways in the brain nowadays. And so keeping up with that, it actually changes your behavior. So for post-traumatic stress, if you're being triggered and you act out, post-traumatic stress, it feels like the past situation is actually happening now, and it changes that. You start thinking about it less and less and less, and it becomes part of the history. And then already we used it, and the next time he said he confronted a person, and it was very helpful to him from his past, and he was able to focus not on the past, but on how he's going to behave in the future.
So moving forward, if the judge gives Zach probation, I guess, will you continue to work with Zach
Yes,
and counsel him
yes,
and work with these different techniques that you use in order to help him deal with the issues he dealt with when he was
yes.
younger?
He has asked to be continued, and I would gladly pursue that.
Okay, now, you're not, and you and I talked about this, you're not licensed to perform any sort of risk assessment.
No.
That's just a different specified type of license that you didn't see, right?
Not that.
Okay.
Suicidal risk assessment, I can.
Okay.
And he has not exhibited any of those different symptoms. So, but actual sex problems, I've never, that's a whole different thing that I'm not certified to do.
But so will the treatment that you're providing him, will that help him, do you think, in all of his life moving forward? And not just the issues, the sex offender issues and things like that, but the life issues moving forward?
Absolutely. It helps us with those triggers. It helps addictions of any sort. It helps behavior issues. It's really amazing technique and treatment. So, but it does require a certain number of sessions to be able to come, so that if probation is judged, then he would, I feel like he could be required to attend counseling with those treatments in mind.
Okay. Judge, I pass the witness.
Say,
Just a couple questions.
Yes.
You said that Zach is the only sex offender you've ever worked with, right? And you're not certified to treat sex offenders?
No.
And you said you provided behavioral treatment to him only twice, is that correct?
No, well, 2 out of the 4 sessions. Counseling is also in speaking what has happened to you. It has some sort of effect on you so that it eases pain and help.
No other questions?
I have nothing further.
all right, thank you. Defense, call your next witness.
Laura Lee Warren.
Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Or you can lower your hand and need you to speak up. Could you state your name and spell it for the record?
Okay, my name is Laura Lee Warren, LARALEEWARREN.
All right, defense.
Ms. Warren, how are you related to Zach? Okay, you can just speak out, okay, because she's got to take down the
Okay,
right.
I'm his wife.
And you understand we're here today because we're asking the judge to consider Zach's application for deferred adjudication. correct?
Yes, sir.
And you know what he's charged with, correct?
Yes, sir.
And he entered a plea in that case, and he's applying for deferred. And one of the issues that is always raised on cases like this is if somebody is granted probation or deferred, there are restrictions on a person's contact with children. Now, you and Zach have you have a 10-year-old, right?
Yes, sir.
Does he, are you the primary custodian?
Yes.
And you understand that your duty as a parent is to look out for the best interest of your child, correct?
Correct.
And are you comfortable with asking the judge if Zach is granted deferred, with Zach being in your house with you and your child?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand CPS has no qualms about moving a child if they think a mother is not acting in the child's best interest. Okay. And how long have you and Zach been together?
About on and off 5 years. I mean, I've known him for 5 years. So,
And have you seen Zach exhibit any sort of behavior that would give you any concerns about Zach being around your child? And if the judge does grant Zach's application for deferred, are you willing to participate in a chaperone program?
yes.
And you and I talked about that, right? The requirement for Zach to be around your child, the court granted that. And are you asking the judge to give Zach a chance at deferred adjudication?
Yes.
Judge, I pass the witness.
Right, state.
Just a couple questions. You said you and Zach have been together about 5 years.
Yeah, on and off.
So you guys got together when your son was about 5 years old?
Yes.
Do you guys plan to have kids?
No.
No other questions?
I have nothing further, Judge.
All right, thank you for coming. Defense, your next witness,
Shirley Joe Blair.
Shirley Joe Blair. Can you raise your hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand if you state your name for the record and please spell it.
Shirley Joe Blair, SHIRLEYJOBLAIR.
Defense.
Ma'am, how are you related to Zach?
Zachary is my son.
And you understand we're here today because Zach applied for deferred adjudication on this case, correct? And you know, we've talked about what the specific allegations are,
Yes.
right? And you were present when we were set for trial and when Zach entered the plea.
Yes.
And you and I talked about this, and you felt more comfortable if you wanted to read a letter that you prepared for the judge.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Any objections to her reading the letter?
No objection. I mean, she's still subject to cross-examination.
Yes, you may read the letter. How long is the letter?
It's typed, but it's big print, but it's 3 pages.
All right, no problem. I was just wondering.
And Judge, on that note, I want to make sure that you got the victim impact statement that was submitted separately. from the-
Yes, I received it, but I have not reviewed.
I got it.
Any objections? All right, so you may begin with your letter.
My name is Shirley Joe Blair. I would first like to take a moment to state that while my experience in criminal law is but a very small fraction of my experience, I'm a career paralegal, have been for 26 years. I'm a senior litigation case manager and a case manager team lead, responsible for 12 case managers, litigation assistants, and interns. I say that, Judge, so that you know I'm an educated person. As I sit here today, it's still unreal to me that my family has been going through all of these years. The amount of trauma that every member of our family has gone through is more than I can put into words. My children and my family have been torn apart, and the relationship between them irreparable. I, as well as the rest of the family, have had to separate our lives between children and grandchildren. My granddaughter has had to endure things at a young age that no one, let alone a child, should have to go through and understand. My son has endured things that no one should have to endure or be subjected to. There are no winners here today, at least not for my family. It is impossible to sum up all of the things that I feel that should be heard here today, so please bear with me as I'm going to try to best highlight the things I feel most important to say. I was blessed with 3 sons, Zachary being my youngest, and I need to tell you a little bit about him because as he sits here today in front of you, you see only the charges that have been brought against him. You see someone who has been painted as a monster and a menace to society. On the day of ultimate judgment, he'll stand before God, and God knows all of him. So it's unfair for someone who should be taxed with judging him with such a life-altering sentence should not know a little bit more about him. And that's what I've written this, so that you have more than what's in your court papers. Zachary was born premature. But by far, after Zachary came, he was the most outgoing, kind-hearted, considerate child, always has been. Always thought of others before himself. All of my boys are all of those things, but it's not about them. Zachary has always had such a deep-rooted sense of need to take care of everyone around him, make them laugh, feel welcome, and feel loved. The sheer number of times during Zachary's life that someone has told me that I raised such a polite, well-mannered, helpful, and considerate child has always given me such a sense of pride. It's also something that's always seemed to get me through the hard times. See, 2 of my 3 sons, Zachary and Trevor, were diagnosed at a young age, first with ADHD and then bipolar disorder. So not every day was a walk in the park. There were depressive and angry days where he felt no one loved him and life was unfair. And there were manic days where he was the happiest person on the planet. At his core, though, Zachary is and always has been that sweet, loving, funny, considerate person that even his oldest brother, Colton, father of my granddaughter, the absolute joy of my life, who is the focus of these charges, would have to say was true. Zachary is a product of a broken home. At the age of 5, Zachary's father abandoned us and left me with 3 young boys to figure out how to take care of alone. I was a sole provider most of their lives because their father, who is also bipolar, couldn't keep a job most of the time and was in and out of jail. He did show back in their lives, but their relationships with their father were always strained due to the mental illnesses that they all fought. We moved fairly often during the boys' childhoods. While I tried to be the best mother I know how to be, I was young and raising them as a single mother, and I made choices that I did not realize were bad at the time. Choices that made life harder on my children. Choices that led my children to go through things I was unaware of until their adulthoods. I knew my children had not had the easiest of childhoods, but they sheltered me from many things that I should have protected them from. Here again, we see the kindness and consideration all of my boys possess. On September 26, 2012, God blessed my family with the most beautiful ray of sunshine, Allison Louise. This little girl changed our lives. If you have children, you know that the love you feel for them the moment they're placed in your arms makes your heart feel so full it could almost burst. If you have grandchildren, you know the moment that grandchild is placed in your arms that you only thought you knew what love was. This is very important for me to say and for you to hear, because the love that I'm explaining to you has only deepened over the last almost 10 years. I lived next door to my oldest son, Colton, and Shyla, Allison's mother, when Allison was born. I was lucky enough to see her every day, as was Zachary. I spent almost every day with Allison for the first 3 years of her life. She lived with me for almost 2.5 of those 3 years. She is more than my grandchild. She's the daughter I never had. The bond that I have with that child goes beyond my comprehension. I can tell you that I would wage money that there is no greater love on this earth than the love I have for her. The love that Zachary had for Allison was also very deep. Allison and Zachary bonded from the beginning. Zachary would beg to hold her, feed her, laugh, and play with her. He would rock her to sleep, help teach her to walk and talk. The 2 of them were inseparable. In a crowded room, Allison would choose Zachary to hold her over even her parents. When the allegations of these charges occurred, Zachary would have been just about 20 years old and Allison almost 5. It was almost a year after the allegations that the charges were filed, and Zachary was arrested on charges that could very well be considered one of the most strictly punishable charges in our judicial system. To make matters worse, through no fault of his own or this court's, COVID has further delayed this whole situation, causing it to go on far longer than it should have. I'm not sure if anyone can imagine the pain and suffering that he went through during the first year, not knowing what would come of all of this. Then he spent the remainder of these years strapped with an ankle monitor. Anyone facing charges like this is bound to carry a heavy burden. Imagine carrying that burden being someone who suffers from bipolar disorder. The hell of it all has been a lot all of the time and almost unbearable at times to watch a child go through. Over the years, as this has gone on, Zachary has worked hard to try to have a normal life. He's a loving husband and stepfather to a child whose father passed away when he was very young. He's found peace through prayers and relationships he has formed with members of the church. He has a good job and supports his family. He's shown up during inclement weather in the middle of the night and on the weekends to fix things for his grandparents. He's taken in friends in their time of need to help them get back on their feet. Zachary has worked very hard to have a better life, and Zachary always puts others before himself. I know that plenty of mothers have sat here before you and pled for mercy for their child. I realize that in a sense, I'm no different than any other mother who comes up on your docket. What I hope is that a glimpse into Zachary's life I've provided has successfully conveyed that Zachary is not just the charges before you. He's a young man who has suffered in life, a young man who has worked to better his life, the life of his little family, and a young man who is caring and compassionate, and not just a common criminal you may be accustomed to seeing in your courtroom every day. I hope also that you will see that I am not just another mother. I am the grandmother to the child in question. The grandmother who is very much still a part of this little girl's life and who wants nothing more than to erase the last 5 years from ever having been experienced, for her sake and for Zachary's. I'm someone who can sit here before you today and tell you that I do not believe that my son is a threat to any child, that an allegation like this will never be made against him again. I'm sitting here today asking you to take into consideration the fact that the man you are judging today could benefit and has already benefited from counseling. Asking you to take into consideration the time, money, loss of friends and family, jobs, and untold sleepless nights and agony that he's gone through over the course of this case. Asking you to ask yourself if tearing him away from the life and family he loves and who loves him is the right course of action. Asking you to believe that Zachary has a support system of not only family members, but members of the church who want to help him build a better life and be the best version of himself. I ask for grace, Judge, grace, something we could all use more of.
No questions, just argument.
All right. So I want you to I want you to let you know something about the 187 District Court. I don't see anybody in here as a common criminal or criminal. Everybody who comes before me, I see them as individuals. You understand? All right, thank you for coming in and letting me know about your son. All right, the court will hear argument. Brief
Your Honor.
argument, state.
This case is not about Zachary Warren. This case is about Allison Borlas, who was a 4-year-old child at the time, and what Zachary did to her, how he betrayed her, how he violated her, how he destroyed this family because of his actions and no one else's. This was a 4-year-old who couldn't even swim, who the only reason he was alone with her was because she had a broken floaty. She couldn't even properly wipe her own bottom. And as the court is aware, she says Zachary spit on his genitals and rubbed them against hers. How does a 4-year-old even know about something like that? Now, we've heard from testimony, Zachary still has access to children. That terrifies me. That should terrify this court. Some actions are just so heinous that it doesn't matter that it's a one-time thing. It doesn't matter that it's one child. He needs to be held accountable. He's still not taking responsibility. He's still saying this didn't happen, that he's being framed. He's not showing remorse. He's not apologizing, just blaming. We're asking you, based on the facts of this case, based on what Alice and her family have been through, based on what he's done to this entire family, that you send him to prison for the full 12 years and that you hit the cap.
All right, defense.
Judge, it's a court where people take no contest pleas every day. People accept plea bargains every day. Even in the situation, and the court remembers when you were a defense lawyer, in situations where defendants maintain their innocence, but accept a plea bargain knowing the ramifications of a trial, particularly on a case like this, with the range of punishment. Obviously, when we came up for trial, finally, after we made it out the other side of COVID, the state understood the nature of their case just like I did, which is how we arrived at the plea bargain. So at the time the plea bargain was accepted, Zach and I and his mother and actually the lawyer that she works for was here as well. And they sat down. I talked to them about the plea bargain and what the options were. And this was the decision that was made. And so I tell people I'm not going to put you on the stand to have you lie or make you say something that's untrue. Zach still stands by his plea. And wants the court to honor the plea bargain. I know some courts would probably consider, busting the deal and telling people to go to trial. Zach stands by his plea and is willing to accept the consequences. What we do ask, I don't think I've heard a more eloquent argument in my time of practice than I heard from Zach's mom. Just as far as I think we do have a tendency to look at the offense and not the person behind it. I began representing Zach before the charges were filed, and Zach is, I guess, we're going on 4 years now, and I understand the court's concern about the nature of the allegations. I would ask the court to consider granting his application for deferred. I know it's unusual in these situations, but I do think he has an amazing support system. The minister is here, his family's here, and I find it amazing. As the court's aware from your time as a prosecutor, these cases split families apart, and I do find it refreshing that Zach's mom is able to maintain a relationship with both sons as well as her granddaughter in this situation. So I would ask the court to grant his application for deferred. If the court does not feel that's appropriate, I would ask the court to take into consideration all the factors, I guess the 4 years of house arrest and everything else. And I would ask the court to assess at the low end of the range of punishment.
Right. All right, Mr. Warren, I want to let you know that I've listened to the witness from the state and also your witnesses. And I always internalize what I hear. And I always read the PSI report with a fine-tooth comb. And I've read what you entered without objection from the defense, the impact statement. After reviewing everything, the court will find you guilty. The court is going to order Chapter 62 compliance. There's to be no contact with the complainant, no contact with minors. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent, and the court will sentence you to 12 years in the prison. Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Court is calling 2022 CR 0273, State versus Louis Thompson. Can I have parties announced?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Benny Callahan defense.
And are you Mr. Thompson?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Louis Fletcher Thompson who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 0273 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on February 10th, 2022 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, a violation of condition number 48 on or about the 16th day of January 2026 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Louis Fletcher Thompson, did then and there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department Substance Abuse Felony Punishment Facility Continuum of Care Treatment Plan, and that the defendant failed to participate in the SafeP Continuum of Care by not attending his outpatient intake date in violation of condition number 48.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
State
State?
will waive the other violation, Your Honor.
Any objection to the waiver?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition 48, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 48?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 48 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There's not, Your Honor. Both sides are going to go open to the court with our recommendations.
All right, what are you asking for?
I'm asking Your Honor that Your Honor find him guilty, revoke his community supervision, enter the affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and sentence the defendant to 5 years TDC.
Defense, what are you requesting?
Bearing in mind that he's got some mental health issues that are permanent and not his own volition, I asked the court to follow the recommendation made by the probation officer and give him a third chance. He wants to tell you that he was attempting to obey the terms of probation and was partially successful, but not 100% successful. I think he wants to talk to the court himself.
All right, Jonah, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Louis Thompson.
Yes, and what do you wish to tell me?
Yeah, I poured in at least 4 or 5 months, and I tried this time. I promise I did. I did not want to let myself down or you down.
All right, so I don't understand what you tried means.
No, what I'm saying, I poured in like at least 4 or 5 months, and then I got homeless again because my ex-wife never came home that day. She got killed, including my kids, and it's true.
Wait, you're saying your ex-wife and your children were killed
Yes, including my sister.
while you were on probation?
Yes,
So your ex-wife, your children, and your sister were killed.
including my nieces.
All right, your nieces, your
Yes.
ex-wife, your sister, and your children.
Yes.
All right, then let's do this. That should be easy to verify. If you will give the names to
No, I
your
do.
counsel and we'll Google.
Please.
All right. So just have a seat and we'll see what's going on with that.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, we're back on the record in 2022 CR 0273, State versus Louis Thompson.
Google search of all names didn't reveal any murders of those people within the age range I was told.
All right, so I'm being told that there's no,
I don't remember the age, but it's true.
well, I mean, there's nothing on the system that said that these people are dead.
So the guy that was homeless told me that.
I'm sorry, what?
They told me that, man. I'm not playing, but it's true.
Who told you that?
Well, because after I got homeless, my ex-wife never came home that day.
So who told you she was dead?
The police, because I'm telling you, it's true. Because I called I called them and told them that she never came home, or two of my daughters.
And so
So
are
I
you
just don't-
assuming they're dead or you know they're dead?
Well, I'm going by what they told me. I'm assuming.
Well, you're saying that the police told you they were dead?
Yeah, no, I did a missing
Person?
Yeah,
So your ex-wife is missing.
and two of my son, two of my daughters, and my sister is nothing. Is I can't get a hold of her. You know why? Because y'all don't let me. Because I can't help her till I get off probation. So I don't know. Because I mean, I
All
just
right,
don't know.
defense, do you want to obtain an investigator to see if these people are, as he said, have been murdered?
Please do, please.
Your Honor, I'm not understanding how that would affect your decision to revoke or not revoke.
I mean, he's, according to this, according to what he's pled true to, which is 48, it's saying that he didn't attend outpatient intake date. And I am thinking, and maybe I'm wrong in making this assumption, that if you have a date for outpatient treatment, intake date, and if your ex-wife is murdered, your children are murdered, your niece is murdered, your sister is murdered, that may impact someone's ability to make their outtake appointment. But if both parties want to go forward, we can go forward. But I'm telling you, if all of these people have been murdered, I can understand why he would miss his intake appointment. And I think, State, would you understand?
I would understand. I just, for the record, couldn't find anything to support these allegations.
So I don't know if you want to have an investigator to look and see if these people are deceased or not. If you all want to go forward, then I'll hear. But I mean, I'm not going to take this as true.
Let's see. I want her to make it in the minutes, of course.
Mr. Thompson requests that you make a decision now.
All right. Then, Mr. Thompson, what has been presented to the court is there is no evidence that any of these people are deceased.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so the court,
But I do need help. I do want to find out.
no, you're moving from one point to the next point.
Yes, ma'am.
Where I'm at is you said that all of these people are deceased.
Yes, ma'am.
The state has informed the court they're not able to find any records through a Google search that any of these people are deceased. So therefore,
So they're not.
you're saying that these people are deceased. I don't believe it.
Yes, ma'am. So give me, I'm sorry, give me the choice.
I mean, if you want, I will make sure that your attorney has an investigator to see whether or not these people are deceased or not. Otherwise, if you want to go forward, we can go forward. And I will, as previously stated, I found violation of condition number 48 true. And what I'm going to tell you, based upon testimony that I received, unless these people are deceased, there is no excuse for not meeting your intake appointment. So do y'all wish to go forward?
Go forward, Your Honor.
All right, I need a trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. All right, State, as previously stated, the court is finding the violation true. State, what are you requesting?
Revoke, find guilty, affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and 5 years TDC.
All right, and defense, what are you requesting?
Recommendation by the probation office of continuation of mental health supervision on this man.
All right, off the record for a moment. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to find you guilty, grant the state's motion, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding. Rights to appeal with your attorney. Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you're on deferred adjudication, because this is a felony conviction. You're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Did he have any inpatient treatment?
Yes, Judge.
All right. And there will also be credit for any time served for a successful inpatient completion of programs. All right, so anytime that you were in custody or an inpatient facility, you'll receive credit for that as well. All right, good luck to you.
At this point, the court has already accepted his plea, which legally opens the door to revoking probation and imposing a prison sentence. The prosecution is pushing for 5 years, while the defense is asking for another chance based on mental health struggles. This is where judges weigh accountability against rehabilitation, and those decisions can change a life forever. What would you do in this situation? Give him another chance, or send a message with prison time. Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns.
Court is calling 2025 CR 007571 State versus Tabares. Warren, can I have parties announced?
Cassandra Rosales for the state.
Mayor Memoriam for Mr. Warren, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Warren? Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Warren, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Just a second, sorry.
Thank you.
All right, on this one, could I have could I have the indictment, please?
Yes, ma'am, I will just exit.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with theft of property, $2,500 to $30,000 as a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from anywhere from 180 days to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you. You will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state will call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? You need to speak up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Warren, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and reentry. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's $1,000 fine probated and state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours of community service restitution, and the felony theft course. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence?
State offers States Exhibit 1 in the attachment.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation, testimony, and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
The only thing is we respectfully ask the court to follow the plea bargain agreement.
All right. And what happened to the person who bought this item from him? Did they get their money back? State, do you know if the third party who bought the item from him received their money back? It says he sold it on Facebook Marketplace. Okay. All right, why are you doing this? No, I mean the defendant. Why? Thank you. Why? Why are you taking a rental item, then selling it to somebody else?
I was,
I mean, you have to know because you took time out to put it on Facebook Marketplace.
actually, I was,
Was told for being hired for a job.
All right, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I was being hired for a job at first, but
All right, everyone, please whisper. Yes.
I was told that I was being hired for a job, so I had to buy the merchandise. So I didn't know what was going on behind closed doors. So I honestly don't know.
No, I don't understand your story. It doesn't sound truthful. You're hired by somebody to do what?
I was told it was for a job, right? So
What was for a job?
buying the merchandise, we was going to do it for a job, but I don't know what was going on behind closed doors when I went home. So I don't know what was being sold on Facebook. I didn't sell it on Facebook. I just went.
No, it says you sold it on Facebook, and it says in the police report that the police called you trying to get this item back, and then you hung up on them.
No, I talked with the rental center, and I explained what was going on to them, and they told me they were gonna give me a chance to, I said, make payments on it. I never talked to them again.
Yeah, I don't know why you would go to a rental place and say you're buying something because they rent this equipment. That doesn't make any sense.
Right. Yes. Wow.
Do you have any children?
No, ma'am. No, Your Honor.
When's the last time you had employment?
Currently right now.
Doing what?
PGW Auto Glass.
I'm sorry, what?
Auto Glass.
What does that mean?
I deliver for PGW Auto Glass. It's a
Okay.
company.
And do you live by yourself or with someone?
By myself.
All right. Court is going to give you 4 years deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, $1,000 fine that'll be probated. 100 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
High school diploma.
There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. 100 hours will be deducted for completion of the felony theft course. The remaining 100 hours will be deducted if he decides to obtain a trade school certification or some higher level of education. There's to be proof of employment within 30 days of release. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Probation, is there anything else? Thank you. Regular random UAs. All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because it's a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this, Ms. Abrams, add no possession of firearms, please. All right, and there's to be no possession of firearms. All right, we're off the record. Here's the thing. You can't take what doesn't belong to you. Otherwise, you end up maybe in a felony court. You're on deferred adjudication. What does that mean? That means if you successfully complete everything, this case will be dismissed. If for any reason there's a motion to revoke that is filed, you're looking at potentially going to the state jail facility for up to 2 years and up to a $10,000 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Judge Mayvick, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, counsel, you had the discovery on the PF case?
Judge, that's the issue. There's still some outstanding ballistics. I know they were outstanding at the last setting and they're still outstanding.
And as the court or as the intake prosecutor is going through more into the case, Your Honor, it does look like we're missing some supplemental reports and body cam from officers. So we're still in the process of trying to get everything together so that it can be indicted with everything.
Are you going to talk to the defense before this is indicted?
I apologize, Your Honor.
You said that y'all are looking to get ballistics and body cam. You said so it could be ready for indictment. My question is, are you going to talk to the defense before you indict this?
Yes, defense and I are.
We have been talking.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, set this for the end of June for discovery. That'll be final discovery.
Judge, can I tender to the court? I also have this. I leave the 20, I leave, I get back on I leave on the 29th. We do a couple of days before that? Sure, 23rd is fine. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so his GPS monitor, is it partial? What is it?
Mr. Dacey, what are your current conditions on your monitor? What are you allowed to do? And
so is it full GPS?
Yes.
Yes,
But
Your Honor.
can I inquire?
Sure.
Mr. Dacey, I've been informed that that the monitor is causing you some medical difficulties. Can you explain to the court the medical difficulties you're?
Well,
Just 1 second. We're going to go on the record in 2025 CR 014342 and 25 PF 33466 State versus Eddie Lee Dacey. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Ashley Jones for the state.
Charles Bont for Mr. Dacey.
And are you Mr. Dacey?
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty hard of hearing, Judge, so.
Okay. All right. And Mr. Dacey, your attorney is asking, it appears to be for removal of GPS?
Yes, removal, Judge, that's what I'm asking.
All right. And I believe you were calling your client as a witness with
Yes,
regards to
yes.
the GPS. Could you raise your right hand? If you raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. You can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Eddie L. Dacey.
All right.
Mr. Dacey, are you currently wearing some type of GPS monitor?
Yes,
How long have you had it on?
6 months.
Okay, now, I understand it's causing you some medical difficulties. Can you tell the court about that?
Yeah, heart problem. That's why I have to wear this monitor, and my body swells daily. So at the end of the day, it can't more hard to fit. It's a lot of problems. I have to hurry up and get home today so I can make sure I get my boots on.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Any questions?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
All right.
I would just point out, he's got the monitors on for this. He's on it for both of the cases, but obviously the primary reason is the unindicted case. And the fact that it's still unindicted after 6 months. I think I'm hoping that's something the court can also consider when considering our motion. And you've had Mr. Dacey before you, he has a cane. He's voiced his health concerns to you in the past. So I'm asking if you would consider removing the monitor. He can report by phone weekly to pretrial and can do whatever you need him to do to satisfy any concerns the court may have.
All right, let's do this.
And Your Honor,
There are some numbers to call to see and ask them, and I think probation has other numbers too. There is GPS that can be done by mobile app. Does he have a phone?
Do you have a cell phone, sir?
All right, so if you can call those numbers and check into maybe him having GPS by mobile. And I asked several questions with regards to the GPS when I was at a conference, because I'm like, maybe somebody can give their phone to somebody else. They're like, nope. I'm like, well, maybe this could happen. They're like, nope. So with the GPS by phone, you can still track somebody.
Sure.
And then they have check-ins that they do.
Yes, sir.
Where
Yes,
you
Judge.
have to do your photo and everything.
Okay.
And again, I asked, but somebody could just take a photo and just upload. They're like, nope, can't be done. So I know I gave information to Miss Abrams about those programs with the GPS tracker, but I know that.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, but I know that probation doesn't do that, but I think I gave her the information and I may have some more information. I'll look
All right,
into it.
thank you. I'll follow up on that. Thank you.
So on this, if you all will see if you can get some information on cell phone tracker,
Yes, Judge.
and then they have free ones too.
Okay, I'm on it.
So then I'll take that up.
Okay, thank you.
sorry, Judge, I was frustrated with Axon. It wasn't working.
Yeah.
The state did just want to note their objection based on the criminal history, the facts, and the fact that he has 2 open felonies, one of which is a first degree.
All righty. So I wish the state would get their discovery. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a seat. We're right with you.
All right, court is calling 2025 CR 003-823, State versus Charles Edward Fleming III. Could I have parties announced?
Cassandra Rosales for the state.
Anthony Cantrell, the defendant.
And are you Mr. Fleming?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Charles Edward Fleming who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2025 CR 003-823 for the offense of obstruction or retaliation on June 3rd, 2025 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
We're here on a violation of condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Charles Edward Fleming, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of July and August 2025 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4? Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. The proposed agreement is to deny the motion to revoke, but amend his conditions to include a psychological evaluation and DDRF.
And the psychological has been done.
Yeah.
This is an older one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Abrams,
Yes, Judge.
are you all recommending DDRF?
That is what's listed on the court summary, Judge. Yes.
And how long is that?
15 to 20 week wait, and it's going to be 120 to 180 days.
All right. Court is going to deny the motion, alternate amend conditions to include a referral to Center for Healthcare Services. And probation, is he able to, through Center for Healthcare Services, get a case manager? Yes.
See, I'm not from Texas. I come here to move my house, and it's true I didn't report, but I didn't know the topography of the map.
So where do you live?
I'm gonna go to 442 Glen.
I'm sorry, where?
I was gonna go to 442 Glen Elm Drive.
No. I'm so sorry. That's my fault. When I say where you live, I mean what county?
Oh, I live in, I come out from a state to my house, but I come from Missouri to Dallas, but I come down here to my
No.
house.
I want you to listen to me carefully.
Okay.
And I'm going to be more direct,
All
right?
right, yeah.
No,
Just-
it's not your fault.
I just didn't know how to get to the.
No, here's the thing. It's not your fault. It's my fault because I didn't ask you a direct question. So let me do it directly. Do you plan on staying in Bexar County or do you wish to reside somewhere else?
I want to stay here.
All right, you want to stay in Bexar County. Do you have any support systems here?
Yes.
All right, and what's up with all the tattoos on your arm? Does that mean anything?
Yeah, it says loyalty and restraint. It's like coding in Russian. I do computer work.
Okay. All right. So have you ever been seen by someone at the Center for Healthcare Services?
No, man.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'll deny the motion, alternate amend conditions. You're going to be referred to First Center for Healthcare Services. The reason why I'm doing it is because it's a 180-day wait for DDRL. You need to make sure that you make all these appointments. They will be able to have a case manager for you to help you keep up with your appointments. If you don't do that, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to receive another motion to revoke. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you can either do that or I can grant the motion and I'll sentence you to 2 years in prison. So do you want to go forward with continue or be revoked?
I want to continue.
All right. So Ms. Abrams, if we'll deny the motion, alternate amend conditions, referral to Center for Healthcare Services, and see if he can get a case manager with them.
And Judge, may I also add the mental health insurance.
All right, and the mental health initiative, and there's to be no possession of firearms. And do you live by yourself or with someone?
No, friend.
All right, any children in the household? All right, so no residing in households with minors. And no unsupervised contact with minors.
Okay, so that means I'm getting back out?
Yes, you'll be out, but you gotta make sure you make all your appointments.
I will, I already got it right set, so just in case I got out.
All right, and if there's something that you don't understand, let probation know about it. If you are confused, is this my appointment? Is this not my appointment? Let probation know about it.
I do have a question, how do I do my community hour services?
I'm sorry, what?
Cause I had 3 years deferred education, 120 hours community service, how do I do my community service?
If you'll talk to probation about it, they'll tell you where you're allowed to do your community service.
And who's my probation, sir?
They will let you know today.
Okay,
All right?
thank you.
You're welcome.
Here.
Court is calling 2026 CR 001103 State versus Michael Marshall. Can I have parties announced for the record?
For the state.
Renee Munoz on behalf of Mr. Marshall.
And are you Mr. Marshall?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery that you reviewed with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Marshall, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of count 1 and waiving the remainder of the enhancement and allegation language on the indictment.
No objection, Your Honor.
And count 2 is waived also?
Yes, Judge.
Also no objection.
All right. Mr. Marshall, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
The state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of attempted obstruction or retaliation as a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state would call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Do you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
In my opinion, he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
That is correct, Judge.
Sir, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 8 months in the state jail facility. There's an $800 fine and no applications. Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense and state?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the lesser included offense under count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor, state offers states exhibit 1 in all attachments.
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. After reviewing the same, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty of a lesser included offense, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We're asking the court to follow the negotiated plea bargain agreement
My client's life has not been without its struggles, but we have identified certain triggers and root causes that has led him back into the criminal justice system. And we're hopeful that after he satisfies his time with the credit that is applied, he'll seek out avenues for help and use those tools to stay out of custody and out of jail.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 8 months in the state jail facility. There's an $800 fine, time and money to run concurrently, give you credit for any time served, and the court will request the therapeutic community. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
54.
All right, so here's the thing. You lived a lot of your life in custody. If you want that to change, you're going to have to make some changes in your life. So when you're released from custody, you need to go to an inpatient treatment facility, because I see that a lot of this is related to intoxication and other things that are happening. If you don't do that, only two things are going to end up happening. Either you're going to wind up in prison or in jail, or either somebody's going to end up identifying your body. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
By pleading no contest, he isn't admitting guilt outright, but he's allowing the court to treat the evidence as enough to convict. The judge follows the plea deal exactly 8 months in state jail and a fine closing the door on any appeal. What stands out here is the judge's warning, making it clear this isn't just about punishment, but a pattern that could lead to something worse. Do you think this sentence gives him a real chance to turn things around? Or is it just delaying the inevitable? Drop your thoughts below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more courtroom breakdowns.